now that we've actually wired up our CDJs, we need to make sure we set up everything with the mixer. So remember, we have this deck plugged into channel 2, this deck plugged into channel 3. So the first thing we need to do is set the input switch here at the top. Because we have plugged these into the line inputs, we just need to switch this selector to line, which is what they will be on now. The next thing we need to do is adjust the trim knobs. So I usually just keep them here at 12 o'clock and then just leave them like this. I use the up faders for mixing and then the master level for just adjusting the overall level, like so. The last thing we actually need to do is route our crossfader. The reason we need to do this is because by default, the DJM doesn't know which side of the crossfader which deck is plugged into, and you can in theory have things a certain way. So these crossfader selection switches actually tell you which side of the crossfader it behaves on. When they're in through mode, basically what happens is no matter where the crossfader is, the audio is going to come through, and in that case you need to mix with the upfader. If it's set to B, that means the track will only play when the crossfader is towards B and will not play when it's on the opposite side. And likewise, when it is on A, it will only play when the crossfader is on A and not the other way. And this can be really helpful because sometimes what I'll do is I'll use deck 1 as an aux deck and I'll have this through. So if I'm playing loops or samples, I can just simply mix with this and I don't have to worry about remapping it or switching it. If I want to layer it on one deck or the other, I don't have to think about it. I can just kind of do it. However, for decks 2 and 3, we are going to route these on the crossfader. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to set the crossfader selection switch from 2 to A and the crossfader selection switch from 3 to B. That way our crossfader will behave the way we expect it to.